Hello, Grant Wiley here from Worthington Publishing. Today we are going to be opening Enemies of Rome, and I'll be showing you the Enemy of Rome Kickstarter exclusive, which is, I got two of them, a mini map, some cards, and a set of rules for play with Enemies of Rome. But first let's pop and open the main game. So, let's see here. Oh, watch the finger, watch the finger. For those of you that backed on Kickstarter, this will begin shipping this week. And for those of you who have not backed this yet, I'm attaching my mini tripod here as I talk. This is going to be available for purchase this week. I'm going to pop the shrink. You grab a knife real quick. Careful, careful. Don't cut the box. Don't cut the box. There it goes. So we are cutting the plastic, the sealant of the game. And that's just wonderful that today that we're opening this box. The box measures 11.5 by 11.5 by about 2 3/4. We're going to pop the top here. Popping the top. That's a real cool picture Sean Cook, our graphic artist, put together. He's kind of got the enemies blurred out in the background and the Romans here in the foreground, brought a little more vivid. Beautiful linen finish. Don't know if you can hear that. Okay, here are the game rules. It's full color, 8 pages, nice setup graphic. Shows you how to set it up. Shows the setup for 5 players, but for less than 5, and you can even play this solitaire, trying to beat the enemies of Rome, seeing how many areas you can conquer. Shows the setup, your components, nice graphics. Sean really did a good job on laying these out. Very simple game, but there's some depth here, particularly in how you play your cards. Wow. Counter set, yellow player, blue, purple, red, and gray. Enemies of Rome there. These are fortifications, the top pieces there. And siege units. And these are your talents, your currency for the game. Get a beautiful hard mounted board here, and we're going to pop this open. We'll slide that to the side, and we're going to set this up here. This is one of those Gorilla tripods, so we're going to lay the board out. As you can see, I will try not to stab myself with the knife that we have out here. Little back fold on the map. Look at that, and that knife lays out nice and flat. You can see the different areas on the game board. Ugh. Corsica, Sardinia, Sicilia. Got a nice big track along the top of the board to track glory points, as that's what you're trying to achieve. Each of these areas here are a player starting area. You pick which starting area you want. So if you have 2 players, the first player, which is normally the youngest player, will pick which area he wants to start in. Thracia, Syria, Africa Provence, Hispania, or Neapolis. And as you add players, you just merely add players. You get your colored cubes, 25 of each color for each player. And you also get 125, I think it is, enemies of Rome, which are the green cubes. These are the extra counters that had fallen out of the counter tray. These are huge, beautiful 1-inch counters. Whoop, upside down. Coming at you. Look, 3D. You get that. A deck of 55 cards, which have time periods on them. This is time period number 1. Macedonian Wars. And these are very historical. They explain what was going on between 214 and 148 BC. You had the Macedonian Wars, and King Philip built a fleet. You place 3 enemy of Rome cubes in Macedonia, and then we have a little map here on the bottom of the card that shows you where Macedonia is on the board, so you don't have to go scrambling around trying to find your locations. So you place those 3 cubes, and you get 3 naval moves. And the rules explain to you how to do each of these things. You get the battle dice, and you get 5 battle dice aside. We're going to pop these open. For some reason, this was one of the things that took so long with the game, was the production of the game, was getting the battle dice produced. Enemies of Rome roll the Enemy of Rome dice, and there are two hits and 4 blanks per side, where the Roman units get 3 hits and 3 blanks per side. I'm going to show you how gameplay works briefly. To start the game, you place, let's see, it's been a bit since I've played this, but you shuffle the action deck. You place 3 legions in any one area. So I would start in Neapolis. Then you populate the board with 2 Enemy of Rome cubes in each area. Now, if I'd played this card, and so the entire board is filled with either Enemies of Rome or player cubes. There always has to be at least 1 cube in an area. If all the players' cubes are eliminated from an area, and both sides are eliminated, then it's repopulated with the Enemies of Rome. If an Enemy of Rome moves out, or a Roman player moves out to attack another area, he has to leave at least 1 of his cubes in his area. You can fortify areas based on the card. But for instance, if we'd played this card, you'd place, if there was 2 Enemy of Rome cubes in Macedonia and I played that card, I would place 3 more Enemies of Rome cubes in Macedonia, building 5. Now it shows 3 naval moves, and I have to refresh myself, but that allows me to move 3 Enemies of Rome. You can see those are Enemies of Rome. They have the crossed swords on them. For a Roman group move, we have a thing here. So card legend equals 1 enemy a cube, 1 player's cube legion group, the multicolored. If it's a helmet like that, it equals 1 legion group land move, 1 legion group naval move, Enemy of Rome land move. So when you play these cards, I could move up to 3 groups of Enemies of Rome. So I could take 4 cubes from here, since this is the coastal area, and move to attack Neapolis. I could take 1 from here, and I could take 1 from here. Or I could have taken it from Narbonius or anywhere else that is adjacent. This is a cool feature because you get to choose who you're attacking. So sometimes you're moving your units. Sometimes you're moving the Enemy of Rome units to oppose to place opposition to the opposing players. If you can move units away from areas where you are, it's kind of like Caesar did with bribing the tribes to get them to go against other tribes. Enemy of Rome cubes can't attack Enemy of Rome cubes. They all just combine. It's everybody against Rome. And you're trying to be the player that has the most areas and the most cubes on the board. Most of your colored cubes. The most you can end with is 25. That was on purpose because Roman armies were limited. They wouldn't have given Caesar, you know, the commands were broken up. But and then I want to show you this real quick. This was for Kickstarter backers. We may have some extras. This was a mini game for 2 players. It's a hard-mounted. This was a Kickstarter exclusive. Nice hard-mounted game board. And it was the Early Republic. Covered 509 to 275 BC. This game covers from really right up around to 500 AD. So from 300 BC to about 500 AD or 300 AD. So it's about 600-700 year period there that the game covers. But guys, I hope this gives you an idea of what you're going to be getting when you get your game in. Really appreciate the support. If you want to order Enemies of Rome, it is available on our website, www.worthington Publishing. Like I said, the cards all have a good deal of history to them, you know. And rather than putting a little historical commentary down here, we give you a time period, a topic, and what occurred. You know, like I said, Philip builds a fleet for the Macedonians, and it sailed forth to war. So it gives you the historical occurrence and kind of what could occur with it. It doesn't lock you in. It isn't scripted in any way. But be looking for this in the mail. If you're a Kickstarter follower, we should begin shipping, I'm going to say Thursday, maybe Friday. I'm trying to get as many out as I can. I've already got shipping labels printed. Again, though, if you come out and order the game, we should begin shipping yours the week after that. Tomorrow, I'll be posting a box opening video and what you get in the box for Saratoga 1777, the next in our American Revolutionary War series. Hope you enjoyed this, guys. Please give us a thumbs up, subscribe, follow, and share. Those are huge. It helps me post more videos. You know, we love the love. So, thanks. Happy gaming.